Hey, Twitch.
Slim, are you here?
I am. I just got back from Cliff and Claire Huxtable's house.
Are they?
Oh, they're so nice. Dr. Huxtable's just the nicest guy.
The best.
Yeah, well,
doctor
Vanessa
ever.
was kind enough to give us some of her magazines for this month's
great.
project.
I was just gathering up my magazines and some scrap paper I had around the house. Probably could find more of that at school. I'm going to put these in our pile.
All right. So what are we doing this month exactly?
Well,
Why did we need
are
this?
learning about Bearden. Romery. I say it wrong every time. Romery Bearden. His friends called him Romy for short. And, you know, we're nicknamers, so we could call him Romy, right?
Absolutely.
So, Romy was a collagist. He did all sorts of art. Painting is where he started, and then he wrote music. Are we in the 360?
Yes, the lighting is much better over here.
This is my better side, anyway.
Yes, anyways.
Good.
Wow, that's a swell sweater.
Isn't it nice?
Is it?
I know. I got it from Claire Huxtable. She was emptying her closet out, and I thought
It's lovely.
I
Okay.
love it.
So anyway, so we're doing
Oh, I
Romary.
like your sweater too.
Oh, you do?
Let's
Yeah.
show everybody your sweater.
Thanks. I borrowed it from Denise. She was clearing out too, so I
Was
just
she?
sent it over, and we just had to have it. So
What about
anyway.
Rudy? Was
What
she
about
up to
Rudy?
some antics?
Rudy is now, yeah, she's always getting into the trouble at Rudy. Anyhow.
Anywho, so let's do a collage this month with our kiddos. Do you want to?
Absolutely.
We're going to ask our kids to think of a special event in their lives, a special time, maybe a great birthday they had, or a really fun dinner they had with their family, or a sports event where they scored a goal. So we're going to ask them to think of an event, and then we're going to ask them to make a collage about it. So we're going to give them some magazines, and they can cut out pictures of faces or houses or cars, and they're going to make a collage. They are also going to use construction paper. We're going to use shapes because Romy used a lot of shapes in his: triangles, rectangles, hexagons, decagons. What other shapes can you think of? Circles?
Any polygon that suits your needs.
Oh, look at that. We're here to please people. So we're going to make some shapes out of our construction paper. You can do that ahead of time if you're feeling really, really excited about your project.
They can also check the recycle bins over in the copy rooms because that's where a lot of the scrap paper goes to being used again.
We like to recycle at Grace.
And then also make sure that you get the paper, the construction paper, out of those copy rooms as well, and
Fill
cut
it
them
up
into
today.
cut
If
them
it's
into the
low,
9x12.
Please email us and let us know.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to give each of the kids a 8.5 by 11 piece of construction paper. It can be any color. An assortment can be all the same if you don't want the kids to fight over it. And then we're just going to ask them to cut out pictures. They can cut out faces. They don't have to be their own faces. Obviously, they're not going to be. For example, this is Ryan Barrett's trip to Disney World they just had last week, and this is actually Slim Barrett.
That's Slim Barrett, yes.
She
I
looked
photograph really well.
Look how good the sun was to her.
It was airbrushed a little.
You should move to Florida.
Just a little. But I find it remarkable how closely Mimi resembles Susan Sarandon.
That's fantastic.
It really is, yes.
Yeah, and apparently they went with a whole slew of football players.
Yes,
too.
exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of football players,
Yes.
what did Charlie do?
Charlie's memory was when we got our dog at
Aw.
PetSmart. We adopted.
Yeah.
Recycle dogs too. We
You
like to
recycle
recycle.
dogs.
We recycle the dog.
Yeah.
But he did PetSmart for his. Here's the van pulling in, or I don't know, some space-agey car. There's our dog. Doesn't look anything like him, but still a dog. And this happens to...
That's the cat. There's the
Oh,
dog.
he's showing off with
There's
the
Har.
dog.
Yep, there's Har, the
Har.
rescue recycle dog.
But he did find an exact picture of my husband, Woody. He looks exactly like Peyton Manning, just about 12 inches shorter.
Just about 12
Yeah.
inches.
And about $12 million a year less rich.
Anyhow.
Anywho, so we just asked the kids to think of an event. Our darling Addie did trick-or-treating. She was the one that got the most into it. So these were all her trick-or-treat friends. Excellent work.
Good.
So they're just going to cut and paste. That's what collage is actually in French. They're going to cut and paste, and they're going to make a collage.
Awesome.
If you happen to be a parent of a second grader, or a docent of the 2nd grade, this is your month to mount your artwork. We love to mount.
Yes, we do.
We're going to mount the artwork for 2nd graders. The kids are going to do it. We're going to use masking tape to mount their picture onto the black paper. It sticks much better. It won't fall off the wall. Then we're going to give them a label, and they're going to write the label, at least their first name and their teacher's name, so we can get it back to them after the month is over. The kids are really enjoying the artwork in the front halls, as are we. Anything else?
The only other thing would be to suggest the docents to email the room parents to see if we can get more magazines to be brought in.
We Slim so kindly put a box in the meat locker for magazines last month, and we received exactly a 0. So please bring in your used magazines. Even newspaper would be great. The colored newspaper, the flyers from your Sunday paper would be fantastic. Anything, actually. If for some reason you don't have magazines or newspapers, the kids can just use construction paper, markers, and whatever else they like.
Right.
Is that it?
Very good.
All right.
We'd like to thank you for coming out today. Let's go get some Jell-O.
Let's get some Jell-O. Nice reference.